Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and what I have for you today is my material that I've gotten from my order from the new catalog, and I wanted to share it with you. And I'm going to go through it and show you as much as I can here. I was able to order quite a bit of stuff. I didn't get everything, but can't do that. So these are the new in colors, and I'm going to bring them up so you can see them. This one is called Purple Posy, and it's kind of a pale lavender color. It's absolutely beautiful. Then this one is called Rococo Rose. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of a dusty rose. Nice, because we haven't had a rose for a while. This one is called Seaside Spray, and it's kind of a gray blue. Really a pretty color. Then we have Terracotta Tile, and it's absolutely the color of terracotta. And then this one, which is called Pretty Peacock. And so I have the inks here, and then let me show you the papers. So here is the Rococo Rose here paper, and then this Seaside Spray that goes with this ink, and then the Purple Posy. Isn't that just gorgeous? This might be, I love purples anyway, but this is absolutely gorgeous. Then we have our Pretty Peacock here, which is, it's a little bit like Tranquil Tide, but kind of a darker color. I'm going to grab a piece of, this is the Tranquil Tide paper, and this is the Pretty Peacock. And you see the Tranquil Tide kind of tends towards green, and this one tends towards blue. It's got a lot more blue in it. Very pretty color. Okay, then I have the last, which is the Terracotta Tile. Very pretty paper. There we go. So those are your in colors coming. We'll be able to, you'll be able to see the catalog online early in May, and then we'll be able to order from this in June. Now, if you become a demonstrator between then and now, you can order in May. I'm going to start by showing you the suites. This paper, which is absolutely stunningly beautiful. This is part of the Magnolia suite. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going to, yeah, these are turned. There's the back side of that, and then the Magnolia paper. This, and then Magnolia buds. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Some green leaves with almost like a linen pattern, and there is white smaller magnolias, a green stripe, and more budded out magnolias. Let's see, I think this one, nope, it's different. Stripes, and then little tiny magnolia flowers, a brown leaf pattern, and magnolias with a green background. Isn't that gorgeous? And the rest of these are a repeat because you get 2 of each in the package of papers. Okay, so that is the Magnolia papers, and I'm going to put one of my favorites right out here in front. And then I'm going to see about the Magnolia suite here so that I can take you through all of the parts and pieces. And let's see. Magnolia suite has a stamp set called Good Morning Magnolia Stamp Set, and that is a 2-box stamp set, and here it is. this big, beautiful magnolia, and then a smaller one here, not only for what you do, but for being someone so special. Enjoy today. The journey of life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together. Thinking of you, thanks and hello, and a little extra leaf and a little flourish here. Isn't that gorgeous? And this one is a cling, so it's a red rubber stamp set. And that is a 2-piece stamp set. Then there are dies. Magnolia Memory Dies is what they're called. Sorry if this crinkles. I should have taken these out of the package, but I was so excited I wanted to just show you because this is really the first time I'm looking at them as well. Okay, so here we go. These are the dies. And oh my gosh, there's all kinds of dies in here. Leaves, stamen centers of the flowers, different ones. The big magnolia, I think that cuts out this large piece here. And then I think this is the one where there is a punch, but I think this punch is actually part of another bundle. But you can see here that it's going to punch out something similar to these flower pieces. And this is one that you can punch and punch and punch and punch and get it to build up and make you a big, beautiful flower. But there is the die set. Now, along with this, there is a Magnolia Lane Memories and More pack. Now, you know from, if you watch me at all, that I'm in love with these Memories and More packs. They're the best value in the catalog. They're $10. And I opened this one already, so I know a little bit about what's inside. Isn't that pretty vellum? And these come in large size, and there's multiples of each one. This is a page of stickers, 2 pages of stickers, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of vellum that just scream color me. Isn't that gorgeous? And then these are the card packs, and these can be made into full-size cards, and they're used for scrapbooking as well. You Are My Everything and More, and all of these large cards are double-sided. And there's a couple of each one in here. And here's some more of that vellum paper. And let's see, hooray for today. And they've got some of the same patterns you see in the paper and some others that you don't see in the paper. Wouldn't that make a beautiful card? Just gorgeous. And then it's got a whole page here, probably several, looks like 2 pages of these stickers. And these stickers say, this week, days like these for you, sending love, happy birthday, happy place, congratulations, small tags, big labels, all different kinds of stickers here, 2 pages of those that come in this pack, and then some more pretty papers. And that is this size in the Memories and More card pack. And the thing that's cool about a Memories and More card pack is I've done more than one video where I've made 10 or 11 cards just to give you an idea of what you could do with this. And then there's another whole set of them that are smaller. So this could be the focal point on another piece of card that you could use to make full-size cards as well. And I don't know how many pieces there are in this. I never have stopped to count them. But there's 2 packages of the little ones and 1 package of the large ones with all of the stickers and the specialty paper and the die cutouts and everything else. It's a wonderful value because this card pack is only $10. Okay, so I'm going to move that aside here, and I think that takes care of the Magnolia suite. Isn't it gorgeous? I can hardly wait to do something with some of these papers and the stamp sets. So many opportunities there to do some fun things. Next, I'm going to move on to, this is another of the papers. Again, isn't that gorgeous? Yes, I'm going to have to cut this one as well. This one is called Bird Ballad Designer Series paper, and it goes with this Free as a Bird stamp set. Isn't that pretty? And then you'll see some of those same designs here on the paper itself. Now, I haven't gotten a really good look at this paper yet, so you're learning about this the same time I am. Isn't that just beautiful? And then in this, we've got We're the Best of Friends, 4 birds on a branch here. Hello, thanks for being you. Thank you. The world needs more of you. Your friendship means the world to me. And there's some individual flowers, a bud, plain bird, a regular bird, and some leaves. And then look at this paper. It is just gorgeous. This is a polka dotted, almost like a wash on the other side. There's this one with all different kinds and colors of birds. Isn't that pretty? With some stripes on the back. Very pretty. Now this one is just little clusters of flowers in those same colors. Now wouldn't that be fun to layer? I just put out a video about cutting 12 by 12 paper for my tips, and the one thing I didn't say in there is that you can always add some of the designer series paper, a 1-inch piece along the side of a 3-inch strip that would give you a much larger piece and make both papers extend quite a bit. Very pretty paper. All right, let's keep going here. And the back side of that one is full of little keys, all kinds of old-fashioned keys. Oh, look at this. This one's feathers. How pretty is that? All in the same thing, and bird cages. Isn't that pretty? So bird cages and feathers, and then these, I don't know what kind of blossom. They kind of look like the plum tree blossoms on the side of my house right now. But isn't that pretty? Just beautiful paper. And then seagulls. Very attractive. Pretty paper. Now then, here's some little birds on boughs. And let's see what the back side of this one is. Yellow, and honestly, they look like little bird feet. I don't know, but it's gorgeous. Okay, and this stamp set comes as a bundle with something that's just amazing. The stitched nested, I suppose that's kind of interesting pun on words here, a nested stitched label die set. And we saw a sneak peek of this at convention. Look at that. My goodness. And they're stitched on both sides. So it cuts on the inside and the outside, and they're stitching on both sides of the label. That'll be fun to play with. And then we've got a separate just stitched edge here. And these nests, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 nesting label dies here. Gosh, those are gorgeous. Anyway, so this comes, the stamp set, and the and this nesting dies comes together as a bundle. Okay, so let me move that one out of the way. And let's see, what's the next paper I have? Now, I didn't get all of the set for this one, but there's something, this paper is called Follow Your Art Designer Series paper, and it's about crafting. And isn't that fun? So there is, I see spatulas and paintbrushes and brayers and all different kinds of things on here. Follow Your Art. And I did get one piece, I think, that goes with this, and it is an embossing folder. But let's take a quick look at this paper. And by the way, I will be doing a paper share. I'll have more of the details in May, and then you can sign up all the way through May to do a paper share. So you would roughly get a quarter of a share of all of the papers in the catalog, with the exception of the laser cuts, just because they're just too hard to cut. But let's take a look here. So we've got all of that, and then this scribble design on the back side, pretty. Then we have pencils and markers and all different kinds of things here. Cute paper. And then this pretty design with moons and hearts and stars and circles. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And so let's keep moving here. Glue gun. Glue guns and ink refills, and all different kinds of buttons. Well, that makes sense because the folder is one with buttons on it. So there's that with this pretty design on the back, pretty wash. And then this one with ribbons and twines and more buttons, a pattern with scissors in it, very cute. And twine and bows and ribbon, fun. And then we have this yellow, bold yellow stripe pattern. Let's see what's on the back of it. Oh, paper clips, all different kinds of paper clips and little brads, it looks like. Some other kind of design like that. Oh my, isn't that pretty? And then this, which is just a color wash of all of the colors, very bright, very cheery paper. And on the back, it looks like stitching. Very pretty. And this one is called, let me get that again here. It's called Follow Your Art Designer Series paper. Let me show you the embossing folder. The embossing folder that goes with this, and I just got these two pieces out of this set. There is a stamp set, then the paper, and there's the embossing folder. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe if I put something behind it. It's got all kinds of buttons and stitching, and that will make a fun embossing folder. So that's the two pieces that go with this suite. Like I said, there's more that goes with it. There's a stamp set and some other pieces, but that's as far as I got. So the next thing is this absolutely stunningly beautiful paper. And this one is called Mosaic Mood Specialty Designer Paper. And this stuff is gorgeous. This is one that we got at Onstage. It's got a raised embossing to it, and there's hummingbirds and this pretty Art Deco design on the back side of that. Then this design, ribbons of raised, I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to move it in the light a little bit here so you can see how it's raised and embossed. It's just beautiful paper. And then on the back side of that, it looks like it's got a yellow star pattern. Very pretty. Now this one has the hummingbirds on the back, and the front side of this is an embossed little circles with stars in them, or little flowers, I guess it could be. And then this one is beautiful, just gorgeous. All kinds of leaf sort of patterns here, raised in different shades of green. And then look at that, a rose mosaic. There's little bumblebees and flowers, roses and leaves on the back here. That is beautiful paper. Then, oh, here it is embossed. That same thing with pink and red roses. Isn't that pretty? And the back side of that is like that leaf pattern, only in, looks like So Saffron. And then this, which looks like mosaic tile. It's just gorgeous. And the back side of that is one of the other patterns without the embossing. Very, very pretty paper. And again, this one was called Mosaic Moods Specialty Designer Series paper. And there is a stamp set that goes with this. And the stamp set for that is this one, and it's called Memorable Mosaic. I'm going to try and turn this so there's no glare. And so everything is like in the tile motif. There's that pattern we saw in the paper, and there's that medallion with the flower in the middle. All the pieces of your kindness make my life more beautiful. Sending all happy wishes your way. And then there's some sort of draping leaves, and this design here, a thank you. And this one is also a red rubber, so a cling set. And this is going to stamp, I can see from the back here, this is going to stamp like little pieces of tile. Very pretty. And with that comes the label punch, and that is a bundle. And there's this label punch. We got this also as a gift at Onstage for Center Stage. And so I'm lucky enough to have 2 of these, so I might have to give a prize away at some point. Timeless label punch. Very pretty. So this is a bundle, and then this is the paper that goes with the suite. Okay, so let me move this out of the way so I can show you the next one. Now, this one is called, oh, it's so pretty. It's called Floral Essence. And this looks like, these papers look to me like they were inspired by a Monet painting or any of the Impressionists. And the papers are just beautiful. And this one is again called Perennial Essence Designer Series paper. And the suite is called Floral Essence. Isn't that just gorgeous? And the back side of that almost looks like marble in kind of a pink gray color. Then there's this paper, sort of ethereal roses and maybe some lilacs or something. Awfully pretty. And then look at that dark green. Wow, that's just gorgeous. Bright green, almost, maybe that's granny apple. Very pretty. And then here are more flowers. These look like impressionistic daisies. And then look at this. This paper, it almost looks like a constellation that you see that the Hubble has taken a picture of, but it's got flowers in it. And there's purples and blues. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Very, very pretty. Now this one is clearly roses, pink roses and peach roses on this blue-green background. And then look at that. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. It's the first time I've seen some of this paper close up. Again, it's just beautiful. And then this one is a purple flower. Almost looks like a daisy. Yellow centers. And then look at this, just as pretty on the back. Orange and pink and yellow. More flowers. Yet another one. Pink flowers on that beautiful background. And looks like hanging leaves. Like you might see mossy kinds of things hanging on a tree in the south. Beautiful paper. Oh my goodness. Are we going to have fun with this or what? Okay, so that is the, let me get the name right again, Perennial Essence Designer Series paper. And it's part of the Floral Essence Suite. And this is the flower or the stamp set that goes with it. And that is where I think that other punch comes in, because here is that shape. We're going to be able to cut out multiples and layer up some flowers. And so this punch and this stamp set are together as a set, as a bundle. And then you can get the paper. Isn't that just beautiful? All right, now let me move that one out of the way. And let me go on to another very large suite in the catalog. This one is called Come Sail Away Designer Series paper. This one has a stamp set, it has dies, and the paper looks very interesting. This is my first chance to really look at it. So much fun to be able to share this with people. And the only thing I can't show you is the inside of the catalog, they've told me. So, isn't that pretty? All kinds of masculine cards out of this with that nautical design. But not just masculine. There's a lot of people that really enjoy the Nautilus kind of theme. That's the front side of the paper. And there's a back with maps. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. So there's that. Oh, looks like an antique newspaper with sailing news. Great yellow sails dimly loom through the mist. Very old-timey kind of newspaper things that might have been in around a port area. And then look at this with the blue and the brown ropes. Very pretty. Again, this is going to make a fun bunch of cards. Okay, then we have this stripe in the light and the navy blue. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then this gray and black leaf pattern on the back side of that. Oh, look at all of the sailing ships. Isn't that fun? Sailboats. And then a green stripe on this side that has kind of a linen look to it. And a ticking kind of pattern here. Remember old style pillows? We had ticking on it. Oh, and this side has instruments. All different kinds of sailing instruments. And in kind of grays and blacks. And then lighthouses. Oh, fun. Lighthouses, and then a navy and blue, very bold pattern, very pretty pattern. And I think that's it on those papers. And then that is part of the suite that includes this stamp set that's called Sailing Home. And I think I've got that so there's not any glare. It says, "You're my true north. Set sail in the direction of your dreams." That would be great for a graduation. Thanks, the sailboat, small sailboat, larger one, an anchor, congrats. The ropes that we saw in the paper, and this is a compass, lighthouse, and some birds. And this is a red rubber stamp set as well, cling stamp set. With this is a die set. And when you look at the front of the catalog, and you can look at that while I'm getting this die set out here, you can see that the cards that they made up have all of the papers that we just looked at, and then die cuts of all of the elements. Looks like you can die cut out the lighthouse. This is the dies that go with this set. And let's just take a look at what's in here. Well, there we go. There is a nice stitched frame here for sentiment. There's a wheel like in the bridge of a ship. There is the lighthouse. There's a banner like this. So this is the small ship and this is the large ship here. And then it looks like if you stamp the compass here, there's a set of needles that turn that you could put on there. So it's got some very interesting things. And then it looks like it's got some more clock hands here, some rope, anchor, and looks like some seaweed. That'll be interesting. And then right along this edge, there's this stitch. Well, it's not really stitched. It's I don't know what that's going to do. It looks like it's going to emboss some impressions and cut out a little bit of a scallop in a long piece here. Very interesting. That'll be fun to fool with. And so we'll have to see what that does when we can get that going. And then with this set also comes a Memories and More pack. And so I have not had the chance to open that yet. So we're going to do that one together. Move this to the side and then grab this Memories and More pack. These are always so much fun for me. I just love being able to create with them, because if you need a fast card, boy, having a couple of these Memories and More card packs around. So we've got one for the Magnolias, and we've got one for the Come Sail Away set here. And like I said, I haven't had a chance to open these at all yet, but I'm sure they're going to have many of the same patterns. Oh, look at that. Happy Father's Day. Just in time for Father's Day. Oh, there's some stickers. We'll probably have a couple of pages of those. Oh, look at that. A laser cut piece to lay over the top of one of these lovely papers. Couple of pages of stickers, more labels and stickers, anchors. Here's another couple of laser cut pieces. A ship, a sailboat, and a little frame. And then, oops, there's more. There's another laser cut piece inside the middle. Usually they have those together. But look at that. An underwater kind of looking scene. Very pretty. It's got kind of a brown pattern on one side, and then it's kind of a, it's not vanilla, kind of a grayish color on the other side. Same thing with all of these, I would imagine. Yes, maybe white on one side and slightly colored on the other. Very pretty. And then let's go somewhere and do something. And these, of course, are all double-sided. And, oh, here's another laser cut. An anchor and some rope. And World's Greatest Guy. Anchors away. Anchors on the back. Another laser cut thing. This one is the steering piece on the front of a bridge of a boat, lighthouse, and some of that beautiful paper. And some stitched pieces. Oh, this is going to be lots of fun to work with. And again, these are the best deal on the planet, I tell you, with these Memories and More card packs, because they are so affordable. I'm just going to layer these laser cuts in between the big pages so that they don't get damaged. And then we've got our stickers, and then there is 2 of these packages. I'm not going to open those, that have double-sided again, and probably more and different designs in them as well. So that's quite a suite. Okay, on to the next paper I have. This one came from a set called, this one is called Garden Lane Designer Series paper. And this one was interesting. It's all greenery, but the paper is beautiful, and it's all different kinds of greenery and patterns. Isn't that different? Oh, that's going to be fun to use on a bunch of other things too. It'll go with just about everything else. Okay. Again, more green patterns and leaf patterns and symmetrical patterns and leaves. I thought this was very interesting to have the whole set built this way. And then this one, which is also just leafy greenery kinds of things. This one's got little patterns of flowers in it. And then this, all kinds of geometric kinds of designs. And that's very pretty. And it goes with, there's a stamp set that goes with. And it is called Verdant Garden. And it's got leaves, more leaves. And I saw somebody stamp this. And you stamp this inside of this. And you get this amazing pattern that, I don't know if there's quite a representation of the pattern in the paper here, but it's very interesting. And then there's leaves here, more of these things, love and all the happiness shared together. Here's to a wonderful couple. Very pretty, very pretty. And they showed this as a companion to the Magnolia suite. And so there's that piece. Then there is one more paper to show you. And a couple of, another stamp set and die set. Now this is very different. This is a set of, sorry for the crinkle, I'll try and make it go fast. This is a set of colored vellum papers. And so I'm going to pull this out so we can see this. And I've not seen us do this. There's kind of a darker yellow. There's this beautiful green, kind of an old olive green. Then there's a darker green. Then there is, or maybe that's all the same green, and it just gets darker as it's layered. I think that's what it is. So there's three colors in here. The yellows, which look to be, on its own, it looks like So Saffron. I wonder what it says on the package. Vellum cardstock, and then it doesn't say the colors. Well, I'll have to look that up in the catalog. But as you can see, as you layer one on top of the other, the color gets more deep. That's an interesting thought. Wonder what that does if you layer some on top. I think you could create lots of different colors by layering some of this on some of the other pieces. Very interesting. The green seems to be the one that is most oriented that way, although this yellow gets darker as you load it up too. And this isn't all of the, I mean, there's still more stunning papers in the catalog. There is a set of peacocks, die set and a stamp set, and then some foil papers that go with it in emerald green and blues that are just to die for. Okay, this is a stamp set and a set of dies, to a wild rose, and then wild rose dies. So this one is a photopolymer set, and it's got as much as 3-step stamping here for both the leaf and the rose here, and then it's got a stamen for the center of the rose. Isn't that pretty? Now, we did use just this stamp when I was there, and it says, "To be your friend, hello, and grateful to know you. True friendship is one of God's greatest gifts, and blessed." Isn't that pretty? And so this one's a photopolymer, and we had a chance to use this outline stamp on a card that we made while we were there, and it really is pretty. So let me see on the dies here. I can coax this out. This die set is for the roses. And there we go. Cuts the roses out. It has another stitched frame. It cuts out a couple of different things that aren't necessarily in here. It definitely cuts out the flowers that are here that you can stamp and the leaves. But then it cuts out another kind of crinkly flower or crinkly leaf. And it cuts out the big rose, and it looks like it cuts out a rose that has the petals cut out of it. And this, I don't know if that's a leaf or a flower. And then this very interesting pattern here of little flowers and circles, diamonds, very pretty. So we'll have to see what happens with that. That looks like that's going to be great fun. Now, the other thing that I got while I was there was some of the ribbons. And I'm just going to go ahead and open this so you can see. This is one of the new ribbons, and it is called Petal Pink, and it's called Organdy Striped Ribbon. And the stripe refers to the weave in the middle of the ribbon. It's nice and soft. I think it's going to tie really pretty. Yeah, it's going to be lots of fun. It's one of those that will tie up and give you a perfect knot here. And isn't that just beautiful? Look at that ribbon. Very, very pretty in petal pink. Then there was this ribbon, and we used this ribbon while we were there to make up one of the cards, and it is lace. And it's got a real sparkly, shiny side. Well, actually, you can see the sparkle from both sides, but it definitely has a right and a wrong side. But for borders and along the edges of things, and maybe gathered, what a pretty ribbon that is. Again, very soft. Looks like it's going to be real easy to tie and to work with. Then this ribbon, style ribbon, it says, and it is in mint macaron. And there we go, a textile ribbon. But very pretty, got a nice shine to it. And again, it looks like it's going to be very easy to tie. Absolutely simple as anything. There we go. Pretty ribbon. So there's your 2 or 3 ribbons there. Another package of ribbon here. This one has it's called the Magnolia Lane Rim Ribbon Combo Pack. And this has got a linen-y looking ribbon in kind of a craft color. And then it's got white trim or vanilla trim. Again, nice and soft. Probably going to be easy to tie. Yep, very nice. A nice little ribbon with kind of a white border. And then this was great fun. This is kind of like a linen thread, but it's in like mossy meadow. So a really different color for us. And let's see if I can get this started. There we go. So it's kind of a darker green thread. Very nice. Okay, so there's that. Then let's see, there's this navy, Night of Navy and Sahara Sand Baker's twine. So this looks like it works with the sailing suite. And yeah, this'll nice and thick. This'll make faux rope and put some interesting ties around some of our work. Then there was a set of washi tape, and this one went with the crafting thing. And there's a little Stampin' Up piece here. There's one that's got stitching and one that's got yellow bands on it. Kind of cute. I decided I wanted to try that. This was a set of rhinestones, flower faceted gems. Isn't that pretty? And yellow, let's see if it says. Someplace it'll tell me exactly what the colors are, but I don't see it on here. But yellows, blues, and kind of a pinky orange. Okay, more embellishments. This goes with the sailing suite. These are little anchors and steering mechanisms like in the boat, and there's a few of those to embellish your work. Cute as anything. Then this was kind of interesting. We worked with this a little bit at Onstage, and it's kind of a 3D flower center. And if I can just get this package opened here. There we go. I think that'll do it. And they're actually fuzzy flower centers. And they've got a glue dot on the back. And so they're dimensional in that they're thick and would add kind of a realistic looking center to your flowers. Anyway, I ordered one package because I wanted to see what they were like. And let's see, this was the anchors. I think there's one more. I thought there was another one. Yes, there is. Right here. This one, I think, went with the Ballad suite. And this one was dark metal. And there's leaves and keys and little flowers. Now the little flowers, oh, I see that side. I was looking at the back. And bows. Is that all the patterns? I think that might be it. And how fun is that to put on some of your work? Now, a couple of these both have a little hole in the top so you can actually tie it to your work. And these look like you use a glue dot to stick it to your work. Anyway, these are just as cute as they can be. Again, the bow, the flower, the key, and then the leaves. Very cute, very cute. I'm glad I got those. I'm going to have to order some more right away. Okay, so I think that is it for me. Looking around here, yes, this was pretty much all of the stuff that I was able to pre-order on from Onstage. And we have lots of these pretty stamp sets and papers and new punches and all kinds of things. And one of the things that we were given, and I can't find, we got a stamp set while we were there called Daisy Lane, which is a stamp set that coordinates with our Daisy Punch. And the good news is there's a new Daisy Punch coming. It's a smaller punch than the current Daisy. So you can make smaller daisies and you can add layers and mix and match the sizes, and that's going to be absolutely fabulous too. So that is what I've got for you today. And I'm actually going to have to sit down and make a card here soon and put up a video with some cards in it. And hopefully I can weave a few of these new products into some of my work just so you can see what it's like. I also got my paper pumpkin yesterday, and so I will sit down with that tomorrow and see if I can't put a paper pumpkin alternatives out for you in the next couple of days. So that's it for me. This is again my pre-order from the new catalog, and I'll be back soon with more cards, more projects, more tips, and see you soon. Bye.